Prince Andrew is in despair because the king doesn't want to share. Prince Andrew hasn't received any inheritance from Queen Elizabeth II. Sources report that he's bewildered and in despair. Elizabeth died in September 2022. Her £650 million estate was automatically left to King Charles. But Charles hasn't shared any of it with his siblings. Andrew feels resentment at the situation. The Queen's fortune passed directly from monarch to monarch. That was the most tax-efficient way to transfer it. In 1993, a new law on royal inheritance was passed. Assets transferred from one sovereign to another aren't taxed. So Her Majesty chose not to divide her inheritance among her family members. She left all of it to the new king, Charles III. He was expected to share it, but he hasn't. A friend of Prince Andrew says,
Andrew is in despair. He's been left completely in the dark. What's he meant to do? Go cap in hand to his older brother to keep a roof over his head? Things are going from bad to worse. It's a disaster.
Prince Andrew currently resides at Royal Lodge in Windsor. He's responsible for the refurbishment costs of the building. It's definitely going to cost him a pretty penny. There's just one problem. From next month, the king will cut Andrew's annual allowance. It's currently £249,000, but Andrew may be forced to vacate his home. He simply won't be able to afford it, and that's only one in a series of affronts. Charles has refused to pay for Prince Andrew's Indian healer. The guru charges £32,000 a year. He's treating Andrew with chanting, massages, and holistic therapy. Andrew submitted the expense claim to the Privy Purse. The Privy Purse is the king's private income. It mostly comes from the Duchy of Lancaster. Queen Elizabeth paid for the guru for years, but Charles apparently refused. The king has also shut down Andrew's Buckingham Palace office. Until recently, Prince Andrew still held a royal position. He was Colonel of the Grenadier Guards, but this role went to Charles's wife, Queen Consort Camilla. In December 2022, the government dealt Andrew another blow. The Home Office decided to strip him of his 24-hour armed security. If Andrew loses Royal Lodge, he'll be homeless. He has no source of income. He can't even use the princely title of HRH, His Royal Highness, and it's all due to his past sins. In 2001, Prince Andrew became Britain's trade envoy. He met Jeffrey Epstein and became friendly with him, and it was Epstein who brought Andrew down. In 2014, Virginia Giuffre said she'd been a victim of sex trafficking. When she was 17, she was trafficked to Prince Andrew by Epstein. The Duke of York denied any wrongdoing, but he resigned from public roles. In 2020, Queen Elizabeth II removed his honorary titles. In 2022, Andrew's royal charitable patronages were canceled. Giuffre sued him for sexual assault. In New York, the lawsuit was settled out of court in February 2022, but it looks like his brother the king won't show any leniency.